If this was crack,
it's so nice. What flavour is it? The lemon one. Lemon lata.
I love a citrus this thing, bro. Like be sour in my mouth. Crazy.
Crazy pause. Okay. Perfect. Let's roll.
What going, people?
Yo.
What's happening?
Welcome back. Sapling, you alright, lad?
You're right, lad. Was it? Sapling girl, you're right.
Sapling girl, you alright?
That's the kind of weather that we're experiencing right now.
What's the one? You're right, mate.
You're right, love. You're right,
love.
How are you?
Scottish.
Girl, that is Scottish. Yo, what's the name of again? What's the name of again?
Yeah, I can't do it, man.
Scouse like. You're right, lad. No,
You're
that's
right,
lad.
Lass.
I was saying lass, but lass is Scottish. They all sound the same, man. What do you like?
You're right, lad.
Let them come into me. That's how they'll now run into me.
With car.
God forbid.
God forbid.
What a terrible incident, man.
There's a silver lining to that, though.
But did you hear about how they were trying to make it sound like my man went from the UK?
Yeah, sorry.
They're trying to make it sound like he was like not
Sorry,
English
mate.
or something. Don't try it, man.
Don't try
Some
it.
of your own, it be your own.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it's your own. You man have to hold that. Very tragic what happened, by the way.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Bro, did you see the actual video?
No,
I'm not
watching that.
I saw the it was like...
It was gruesome, wasn't it?
It was gruesome. You know what it was? It wasn't like blood or anything like that, but it literally looked to like...
People just going underneath a car, innit?
And on top of... You know, like it
roll
comes
and-
from, you
and
know when
then
it comes for your legs and then
yeah.
you're like that. It looked like,
Nah, man.
for want of better terminology, it was kind of like bowling pins.
Oh my god.
That's kind of how it sort of.
Yeah.
It's terrible, man.
Nah, that's terrible.
He's going down though, isn't he?
Yeah, he better. He has to. That's
yeah,
like a
they
attempted
had-
murder.
they
Abi.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's gotta be. Gosh.
Imagine.
Oh gosh, what sour way to start the pod.
Yeah. Well, happier times. Hi guys.
Happier times.
How are you?
What you saying though?
Yeah, I'm good. You know, bro. I'm in my reading bag at the moment. You know?
Yeah?
I'm
What are you reading?
I read a book the other day on quantum theory, which was quite interesting. That was really interesting, but that's a whole nother topic to get into. But that was just really interesting. Basically, I went into Waterstones because I was looking for some new books. Sat down and I was like, as I sat down to read some, I looked to my left. I was like, oh, there's a little book on quantum theory. Let me read it. So yeah, read that, and then currently I'm reading The Psychology of Money.
Okay.
Took that from my brother.
Yeah.
I feel like my brain's just absorbing all that info now. What about you? What are you saying?
What am I saying?
Yeah.
But I've just been busy with work, man.
Is it?
Work got me busy, boy.
Yeah, I hear it.
What else have I been doing? I had a conversation with Matt, right? Because I'm plateauing right now on my weight loss journey.
Okay, same.
And I was like, okay, what do I do next? And he said, bro, you gotta get on that Stairmaster. I've got to go on the Stairmaster and I'm dreading it, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to it. So from tomorrow, obviously at the time in which we're recording this, it's the end of the month, but from tomorrow, I'm going to go on an aggressive 4-week cut.
I love it.
Every single day,
Come
I will
on,
be on the
boy.
Stairmaster.
The
Stairmaster.
gonna tear your ass up. That's what they're gonna do.
It's gonna tear me up.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be on the Stairmaster every day for minimum 10 minutes.
Okay.
Every single day, even during my rest days.
Okay.
So we're not playing. The next 4 weeks are gonna be transformative.
How transformative? How much time you want to spend on the Stairmaster?
Like I said, minimum 10 minutes.
Oh, minimum
But I'm gonna
10.
up it. I'm gonna up it every week. I already planned that in my head. Like every week will be a 5-minute increase.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes the first week. Next week will be 15. I'm trying to be like the girlies that are doing like 45, 50 minutes on the Stairmaster. You know the ones?
I used to do 45 minutes on Stairmaster, yeah. And because one of my guys, shout out Kieran, one of my guys, he's from Birmingham, and he basically put me on my first PT. And he was, every Instagram story, man was doing 45 minutes to an hour on Stairmaster. That's after doing weight training, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, are you crazy? Then I started doing it bare. And you know what? You do get used to it. One thing I'll say with Stairmaster, it's hard every single time.
Yeah.
But you get used to it every single time.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It does. It will. The back fat will go. Everything will go.
Yeah.
So my back fat disappeared from that.
That's the thing, because this whole month I was like, why am I not cutting?
Yeah.
And it was annoying me. It wasn't discouraging me. I was still being very disciplined, but I could tell I was slipping a little bit, you know? So it's like, okay, so what do I do to rectify that? How do I not regain the momentum? Yeah, actually, how do I regain this momentum that I've lost, right? And so, yeah, I just had that conversation with Matt, and I was like, all right, cool. And I'm going to do it with my hoodie on as well. So
Sheesh,
we're going to burn. We're gonna lose that water weight on top
that weight
as well.
Bro, talking of water weight, yeah, guys, you know what? When yesterday, yeah, so when I'm on a cut currently as well, yeah, but this week I plateaued. So I was going down. I think I lost about 5 kg in 2 weeks. But then I plateaued, yeah. So I was just like, oh, like the thing about a cut is that the sugar is so much like you have to think about. It's the fact that you're not having sugar. It's the fact that you're there's no comfort in a cut.
Saying that whilst I'm drinking this.
Maybe that's the reason.
San Pellegrino, sponsor us,
guys. San Pellegrino. But yeah, that's it. H2. You'll be cutting for a month.
Yeah, okay. For a month. So that's what we're on.
You wanna go off and show out and show off?
Yeah, man. I just
saw that Arms is out today.
Yeah, Arms is out. I don't even know why.
If you're listening to the podcast, go on YouTube. Guns out.
You know the thing is, they're not even like defined like that, man. I'm not there yet, but like the arms are out in it because I feel comfy now.
Yeah. Come on, G.
When you've been working for a while, I don't really think about it anymore now.
Yeah, man. Also, the beach body, does it really exist? Because I feel like when you go to the actual beach, there are men that are big, small, women that are big, small. Like, it's just.
I think that's more of a psychological.
I think it's more of a psychological thing
than it is physical.
I agree.
Like people just. That includes myself as well. People that are body conscious. There's a psychological barrier that we have to overcome. And I know a lot of us haven't gotten there yet, but no, we should though. Yeah, because even I have this feeling that even when I shred the weight, I'm still gonna be conscious,
bro.
I got this weird feeling I'm gonna get.
Bro,
there.
it doesn't change. Remember Jamaica? Even though I'd lost so much weight, I was still like, I don't want that. I don't know. There's something about wearing my top off. Yeah.
Do you feel as if that you're asking for too much attention when you don't want it?
Yeah, and also I kind of feel like I don't want you to see my whole body. Like I want you to see maybe my arms or just you can see like the chest coming through the shirt or the vest, but not the whole thing, man. I think it's too invasive.
Yeah, no, I hear
That's
you.
why even Jamaica, you see when I'd like wear shirts around my shoulders and stuff. Because I just think being out a door is a bit too much.
Too much.
I don't know how man them do it. I think it's a bit weird if I'm honest.
I think that's a psychological
thing. It's definitely a psychological thing.
I think we're going through because when you're big, you've gone through a period in which you've been covered for so long.
Yes.
And so now that you're out, I'll be real. It's like you want the attention, but not really.
At the same time, you
not
don't.
really.
Yeah.
You don't know how to handle it. Yeah. Like now, I'm not gonna lie. Like for the past couple of months, I feel like you're losing weight, and I'm like,
like a little giddy,
I'm a little like it's nice sometimes, and then when it's a bit too much, I'm like, okay,
it's giving objectifying.
I don't know how to handle it. I don't know how to handle it, so I'm weird with it. So I'm like, can we not even talk about it?
It's like the body dysmorphia.
Yeah.
Body dysmorphia. I grew up with moobs, bro. So I'm used to having breasts. So when sorry. But it's true though. I'm used to having, you know what I'm saying? So when you're moving from fat breast to like to chest, it's a
Bro, do you feel your chest a lot? Do you sometimes? Yeah, when you're chilling on the chair, you're just like.
You know, I watched a podcast the other day, and they were talking about that. They were talking about how girls sometimes cut their breasts for comfort, and I was thinking, do I do that as a man? I was like, I kind of do sometimes.
I've touched at the top of my chest.
Yeah, top of my chest. Make sure it's still hard. It's still hard.
Yeah.
Make sure it's still there. If not, we're running to the gym. You know like that. And trust me, guys. Once you start gym, you think that's it. It doesn't end when you lose the weight or gain the weight or whatever.
There's like an obsession that you'll just continue.
You just have to continue, man. But anyway,
you don't want to go back there.
Yeah. Well, speaking of looking after ourselves,
bro, you need to remind me, because when we decided we're gonna have this conversation, where did it stem from? Because I like for the life of me, I couldn't remember.
That's fine. That's what I'm here for, bro. To remind you. So,
what's the origins of it? Not the super origins. We're not in trouble.
Yeah, we're in trouble. But the situation, what had happened was, we were talking about a situation whereby, man them dropped the ball.
Yes.
Where whether it be, ambition wise, career wise, maintaining yourself wise, various different things. And we were talking about how for a lot of guys, a lot of our fixation is often geared towards success, right? Monetarily, financially, that we can sometimes, I'm putting this very PC. This is a very PC way of describing the situation. So we gotta get into some things now, but we can sometimes veer off of some of the intangible slash essentials, foundation,
essential procedures and
essential oils that are needed to make sure that you're a well-rounded individual. Sure gets.
Yes.
Sure you get.
Basically, Michael said that a lot of you man stink.
Yeah, on a stink, man. On a stink. I don't know why I'm being.
Do you know what I was thinking about as well? Yeah, I wish I actually like read into this before you came. But metrosexual. What is that?
Yeah. Metrosexual. So metrosexual, I think, was a term. This is just from my mind. I don't.
Yeah. Of course.
But this is. Metrosexual is a man who is well groomed.
Yeah, and I feel
to the point where it can be construed as he gay?
Yeah,
but
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Is that masculine?
What, to look after yourself?
I got my answer, but I'm asking you. Yeah,
I think that's masculine. Yeah, I think that's masculine.
So why has society deemed it as something that it actually emasculates us instead of the opposite?
People are rank and stink.
Because I've never understood that. Now, don't get me wrong. When I was younger, I didn't give a damn. I remember when we used to play football in school. Bro, I'd be muddy sometimes. I walk straight back into class like it's nothing.
Yeah. That's calm.
Yeah, and then as I started getting older, I was like, I want to impress small. Look after yourself. Like skincare as well. Have you got skincare routine? You ain't got one?
I won't lie to you. One of my friends, God bless her, Angela, she's put me on, so now I have one.
Okay.
But
was this recent?
It was recent.
Okay, cool.
I was posting TikToks, and there was one TikTok. She said, "Yeah, your skin. You need to sort it out, bro." Because my thing is like cream, face cleanser, and lotion.
Yeah, and we keep it moving. We keep it separate.
She sent me a whole package of like sunscreen, a cleanser, a toner, and I was like, I'm not far down that line of a skincare routine. I'm just like, so look at that, my moisturizer.
My thing, I think it's a lot simpler than what you're about to jump on.
Head, shoulders, 4-in-1. 4-in-1 face scrub. You know, like that.
my one's actually not that bad. I got like a It's got black seed oil, this tin in it, right? So I use that to like rinse my face, right? Yeah. And I got a cream specifically just for my face as well. So good. That's my thing.
That's
like,
good though.
I ain't doing no toner. I haven't got that yet. I know some man and women like before they go to sleep, cream up face as well. I'm like, okay, right, cool. I don't disagree. I don't know if I got the funds for that just yet.
Retinol. Apparently, you're supposed to put retinol under your eyes and all of that before you go to bed because it's supposed to seep into your skin. I can't lie to you, but I'm not.
We still got some toxic masculinity in us because we're not on it like that.
On it,
but where do I want to take it there? I feel as if everything is riddled in homophobia.
Okay.
I feel like if it's not deemed as manly, then it's gay.
Yeah.
And it's looking after yourself all of a sudden has become gay.
Yeah.
And why? Why do we think this way? Why do men think this way? Where does that stem from? What's the foundation of it? Because when did looking after yourself become gay?
You know, it's a really good question, you know, because I think even you had those shows like, was it Queer Eye for the Straight Guy and that, like I think those shows were created based on that premise of men generally do not think of these things. So the same way me and you are like, who's thinking of skincare? Yeah, men, we don't tend to think about maybe how are we is our face toned like toner and serums. Whereas women in the beauty industry, they're always targeted. Women are always targeted as you need to have this kind of skin, you need to have this kind of hair. What was the herbal essences, the orgasm that comes from herbal, all of these various things. Women, the beauty industry targets women. So I think whenever a man is engaging with the beauty industry, there's an element of like, bro, like you're doing it. Why do you care so much about that?
But I find that so interesting because it's a lot of men that are founders of a lot of things within the beauty industry, whether it even be fashion as well. Christian Dior, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all men.
And a lot of them are gay.
Oh, they're okay. Wow, I didn't know
What's that brand called?
Which one? What they do?
I can't remember. It's the one that Doechii was running down the runway of. I don't know if you remember that. You still see it on. What D squared?
Oh, yeah, D squared.
D squared. I see Bearman them wear D squared. Is that the right brand?
I see. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Have you seen the founders?
Are they gay? So I just.
So I'm like, bro, if you were to see the founders, half of you man would be taking off of, especially them, you lot would be taking that.
Because they'll be screaming chichi man and all of that,
bro.
But I'm like, and
they're not just they're gay.
Yeah.
Like,
so why are we emasculating? Why are we emasculating them as well? Why are we emasculating them? Why do we emasculate ourselves and say that? Nah, I'm not gonna look after myself, like, because that's not what men do. I'm like,
yeah,
it's all patriarchy at the end of the day. And if you guys follow me on my personal TikTok, I have been talking about this for a long time. Patriarchy is destroying us to the point in which we don't even look after ourselves because of the premise that it isn't manly enough.
Yeah.
And we need to stop that.
Yeah.
We have to stop it.
Yeah, we have to stop that still. I think it's... Yeah, because I would say... No, would I say look after myself?
I'll be real. Because if we're gonna talk about that, if we're gonna talk about skincare being quote unquote gay, what about them bodybuilders that do up the poses and whatnot, bruv? What is that, cuz? What is that?
Well,
what's that?
Oh God, do I say this? Do I not? Do I say? Yeah, I can say this. One of my PTs told me that he's been approached by brothers, like. It's quite a thing, apparently. He was like, yeah, he was approached, and he's been approached on like the brother to him, but also come to my wife thing. That's the thing that you told me. That are we doing too much?
What do you mean?
I don't think we're doing too much. I'm not saying
doing too much.
What's that thing that you told me the other day? That phrase.
What phrase? What phrase?
What Diddy's basically been doing with Cassie.
Oh, he's cocking. He's a cock.
That's it.
He's a cock. Yes.
That thing basically is what he's been approached on. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
That thing is crazy, right?
Anyway, yeah, that's a whole thing.
Because if you start talking about that Diddy stuff, my God, bruv.
That's crazy. I haven't even. Yeah. Anyway, I think the premise of why we're saying it though is because there was a situation that came to our knowledge where there was a brother. There was a guy who basically, cut the long story short, when you get married and then you decide that you basically give up on everything. So it was a situation whereby we were hearing that a brother that, is...
Yes.
Yeah, there's a brother who basically, the guy's put on weight, his breath stinks.
Yep.
He's not looking after himself. He's not clean.
He's not clean.
He doesn't know how to work up an oven. Various things around the premises. He's not helping the wife. He said also
he's unable to make love to his wife.
He's unable to make. That's a very good way because I was about to say
something. I know.
He's unable to make love to his wife.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a desire much to make love to his wife.
Yeah.
And what's funny to me,
I think that's depression, by the way.
Yeah, it's definitely depression.
It's 100% depression because I feel like, we've both been through this situation in which you have no purpose. You feel as if you have no purpose, no direction in life. Yeah. And so nothing matters. You lose motivation for everything. And I feel like this is where parenting is so important, right? Identify what your children like, what they're good at, what are their strengths, and then nurture that. It doesn't mean that that's where they're going to go, but working on their development will always guide them to where they need to be. 100%. Do you know what I mean?
Because the reality of it is, like if you're not, I have to be real. Some people, I'm like, brother, you stink, bro. Like you rank. When you walk past me, I say, phew. How about that? You stink.
I'm not gonna lie. I did that on the train a few days ago.
Is it?
Bro, I couldn't hide it. Yeah. Guy came on the train. He was stinking. I just like, bro, I couldn't. I'm not hiding it. As a brother as well.
Yeah, bro.
It's an uncle. In fact, I said, uncle. Oh my days. I couldn't wait to get off that train. I had to wait 2 stops. I was just like holding my nose, and he was looking at me as well. I was like, "Yeah, uncle, you're gonna have to hold that,
bro."
I'm not.
Shave under the armpit.
Shave your armpits. Shave your armpits.
It's okay, bro. It's all right. You don't the hair don't have to grow there to you can shave it.
You know what? Yeah, Manscaped as well. You man in relationships, you know, Manscaped.
Please, Manscaped.
Manscaped, you know.
Please, Manscaped.
It's hygienic.
Oh, some of you lot are. Please do that.
Wait, how expensive am I gonna get? Oh, I don't care, bro. You wax your ball bags.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I can't do that. You know, that
I don't
hurts.
wax it.
Not wax, but like,
Manscaped. Yeah.
I've used the Manscaped thing.
Yeah,
Manscaped. But even then, sometimes
it catches. It catches. To be honest, I'll be real. I actually use scissors.
Use scissors?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I do that. Maybe not do the action, but I do scissors.
That one is scary though.
Yeah. You have to, bro. You have to really
look. You have to look.
You have to make sure
all it takes is one little
vasectomy. To get it. I ain't got no keys yet. I ain't got no kids yet, man.
Man made himself a doctor.
Vasectomy, boy. Man made like that.
Doctorate of South London.
Literally.
I didn't go to school.
I just
self-taught.
You have to really make sure you're thinking, because guys, hair traps.
Yeah, everybody was doing self-taught haircuts during the pandemic. Michael was doing doctorate of sack.
What's the man version of gynecology? Psychology. Psychology. What do you study? You need psychology. Pause. That sounds a bit bad.
That sounds crazy, man.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Anyway, what were you saying?
What was I saying? Yeah, so hair traps. You know what I'm saying? The same way you wash your hair. Wash down there, bros. The fingernails, you know, like the dirty fingernails, man. Come on. You know what? Sometimes, yeah, I'll be real. I feel sorry for certain brothers because I think they're not aware that what they're doing is actually disgusting. Yeah. Like the fact you not bathing and you like not shaving things in the name of masculinity. I just think it's disgusting.
Bro, there's an incident at work, right? 2 incidents, in fact, but the one is more funny. Somebody at work, yeah, he wears a do-rag to work, bruv. Come on. But you know what makes it worse? Like his hair isn't even kept either. Because times when he don't wear the do-rag on, yeah, bro, his hair is all over the place. So I'm like, bro, like, and now you're wearing a do-rag at work, bruv. I'm like.
It's not on, man.
I put that in one group chat that I'm in, yeah.
Yeah.
One brother posted his picture. He's like, yeah, I wear my do-rag. I was like, why? The do-rag is just to protect your hair during like nighttime or the day, you know, when you're indoors and whatnot. But when you're at work, what?
Not when you're at work, man.
I've never ever understood that. And that's just normal for him. You know, he's unkept as well, by the way. But I just,
is he?
Yeah, very unkept.
Do you know what's going on though? And you know, people could say this about like, you know, various different things. I've got locks. Some people look at it and go, "Oh, look at you, you've got locks." But it's like I think we're getting a bit too comfortable, is what it is. You know, pandemic did something where we started wearing the Crocs, creeping out the Crocs all tadwa.
Yes.
We start kind of wear the wife beater on road.
Yeah.
We kind of start, you know, like the gal are wearing up the what do you call it?
Bonnet.
Outside. Do you know what I did? The other day I was in my house here and I was playing with my niece and nephew, and I had because when I'm in my yard, I protect my locks in it so that they don't get dust in them, right? So I have them in, and then I went outside because my nephew was running outside, so I went out to chase him. Went outside, and then I saw my neighbor, and I looked at the neighbor. I was like, "Oh, hi, da da da," and you know, like she looked at me and she smiled, but I was like, "Michael, you've got a bonnet on." The way I took that thing off my head when I got in, I was like, do you know what? Nah, it might work in social media land. Like, you know, on social media, sometimes you see brothers post with their bonnet on. I do it, yeah. In real life,
no way.
Take off your bonnet off your head and put on proper shoes.
I promise you guys, on the pod is the only time you ever see me with my do-rag on.
I thought I'd wear it other than that.
Nah. This is
if you're going to, let's say you're going wireless, yeah.
No way. What?
No, do you know what? I won't lie. But do you know what? If I'm at wireless, I feel like it adds, sometimes the do-rag kind of adds to the aesthetic. But if you're there in a professional setting, take off the sitting off of your head. And you know what I can't stand as well? This is kind of going a bit Can't stand it. When I see girls with furry slippers walking on the road, bro,
I don't like it.
I hate that thing, man. I don't care. I don't care if you're going to the nail appointment. I don't care if your nails need to dry. I don't care. Wear ones that are a bit more outdoors looking. Why are you wearing furry thingies, man? I can't stand it, man.
But you can't wear a shoe on. Do you know the aesthetic as well? It's the furry shoes and the juicy velour tracksuit.
It's horrible, man, isn't it? Isn't it just? It's not nice, man. It's just not nice, man. Like let's be guided and let's not. I think social media and I think
we got too comfortable.
We got too comfortable,
and I think even as men as well, it's like I hear it. I don't want to impress the galley like that. No, you should. And for yourself as well.
You should. That roach fingernail that you got, your weed that you thingy, cut that off, bro.
I've never understood that. You know,
I think it's
cut your nail.
Cut your nail.
Key one as well. Why?
Chop it off.
Why? Chop
it off, man. You don't need it. And like also, even like so going back to the situation with my man.
Yeah.
The husband.
Mm-hmm.
The husband who
has no purpose in life and is not making love to his woman, to his wife.
What was the
I know. We have to be PC because
what are some potential consequences that might arise?
That might arise from that?
Yeah, potentially. I don't know.
Divorce.
Yeah.
Divorce.
Divorce.
You know, when it comes to things like that, right? I think any situation can be fixed. Things of that nature, things can be fixed, but there has to be accountability from both sides. Oh God, do you know what it is? Yeah, I'm shook. I don't know how much of this I want to say.
Yeah. Because we can dance around it a little bit. We could use it as a hypothetical.
Okay, let's use it as a hypothetical. So let's say, for example,
yeah.
Okay, let's say for example, that your wife bought some toys, right? She bought some toys because you're not doing it properly, right? Oof. And then you say, I'm going to be in so much trouble. I already know this. Anyways,
what would I do? What would one do?
What would you do? What would you do in that situation?
I think you got to have the conversation. Was it a mutual consented thing that both of you wanted to do that?
No.
It's
one-sided.
Oh, she just had enough.
Yeah.
And she said,
one-sided.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Right. Well, then that's a direct reflection of me then.
Yeah.
Because that's telling me something. Now, of course, I would like to imagine that if she's your wife, you would have had a conversation about said things beforehand. Mm-hmm. Because for her to just spring up and come with this box of toys out of nowhere, it's a bit like, what's going on? Why? What's the matter? And you haven't discussed it with me. That means basically you want to do that for you.
Yeah.
It's the same as like back in the days they used to say man them used to have a stash of
what?
Videos and stuff, or like magazines
under
their table, under their bed or whatever. It's the same notion as that. So I would have the conversation. How would that make you feel, bro? Like honestly, how would that make you feel? Your girl, I'm divorcing if you do that to me, boy. I can't lie. If you do that to me,
your girl has said that you are not good enough, and what I have in this brown box, I don't know why it's brown. What I have in this box is way better than you, bruv. Imagine if the thing is girthy as well, bruv, and veiny. Your thing ain't even that size. Your thing ain't even that size, cuz.
Oh, man. I'm actually genuinely trying to be serious as well. I'm trying to think what would I actually do. Do you know what I heard of? And I don't know why this came up on my FYP, but I also know, like, some girl that I used to talk to, basically she said, because the video is the same thing. It was like this girl, she was dashing out all of her toys kind of thing. She was like, because she'd repented and given her life to Christ. So she went to film, like, she was like, oh, I can't be in bondage to the thing that's keeping me in bondage. Like, all of that, yeah? But I genuinely, and the reason why I said it is because someone that I used to talk to, she basically said one day she had enough that she ran to the dumpster and she just dashed it into the dumpster. She was like, enough! Enough! But I think I would be offended, personally.
Same.
I'd be offended, and I personally think it's cheating.
You think it's cheating?
It's a version of emotional cheating. I think it's.
I've never thought about that in that way.
You know what it is, because
I just can't get it out of my head. You sticking that plastic thing in your vagina. I can't get it out of my head.
Where's that from?
No, I'm just.
I'm
just saying. I'm just imagining
like a
because
movie.
you know the ones when you've been cheated on. Yeah, it's like you know who the guy is as well. Yeah, you can't get your head. Now it's not even that. It's
You be side eye in the
plastic
box.
tray. You be side eye in the box, bro.
Like,
Get out of my house.
get out of my house! Get out of my house! Yeah, man, I think I would. I think if it's not a mutually decided thing, then it has to be. The reason why I think, do you know why I think it's cheating?
Go on.
It's not because obviously you can't cheat with a plastic thing, right? The only reason why I think it's cheating is because you're cutting the corners of allowing me to do something that you feel is not fulfilling for you.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean?
I get you.
You're cutting that corner. Same when they say emotional cheating.
Yeah.
You're basically going to someone emotionally for something that you didn't come to me for. Oh God. Sorry, I'm just thinking of my life.
Sorry, bro.
Sorry. Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
No, I've been.
Yeah.
What would be okay, cool. So scenario time.
Go for it, my bro.
Who'd you talk to about that situation? Let's say you just found out.
ChatGPT. ChatGPT.
Hey, did you? Sorry, side note. Quick side note. Yeah, did you see that figure when that girl was speaking tongues? Yeah, I was ChatGPT to translate it.
That cracks me up. One girl said that she went on ChatGPT to translate the tongues, and apparently ChatGPT went and done it.
Hey, do you know what? Yeah, as crazy as it sounds, yeah, I think that is ingenious. Genuinely,
it's ingenious.
It's like, oh yeah, I want to understand what I'm saying. Like,
Bro,
who wouldn't want to?
But you know what it is? It's because you've typed in ChatGPT on the computer, yeah.
Record
and
what I'm saying.
you've found that record what I'm saying, and you've pressed the finger, and you've gone.
This shit getting
And then ChatGPT's gone, you were saying, da, 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 da. I don't know what you were saying, but God. But to be fair, ChatGPT is my best friend, innit? And I asked ChatGPT if it did it, and he said no.
If he did what?
If he spoke to the girl in tongues.
Oh, and he said no.
Yeah, he was. I was like, "Is that true?" And he was like, "No." He's like, "It's a rumor." I was like, "Okay." Maybe
I swear, did it come out and say
yeah,
it's a rumor
yeah.
as well?
But fam, I don't think people are using
We're in trouble,
ChatGPT to the extent that you can be using it. Don't get me wrong. Be careful because they're gathering data on you. But you can really chat with it.
Do you know what's so interesting? Yeah. Again, another side note. We'll go back.
Yeah, of course.
I work in tech and I don't really use ChatGPT like that. Like,
Interesting.
I don't use it.
Interesting.
I hardly use it.
Wow.
To be quite honest.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not the first thing that comes to mind when it comes to search.
I think it's probably better for you to be that way.
Or to be that way.
Yeah, because I think as much as we're using it as a trusted advisor, even the CEO said it. He said boomers use it as a... I can't remember what he's basically said. Boomers use it one way, millennials use it as a counselor, and Gen Z, they use it as like a friend. Okay. Basically. So people are using it differently, but I can't lie to you. They're gathering all your data, so I think it's better to...
just so it can continue to learn.
Yeah, it just wants to learn more about the human. Yeah. And also, do you know what ChatGPT does? It actually mirrors you back to you.
Do you know what people should do? They should use it to regiment their skin routine. Oh yeah, you know what I mean. Put that together.
Yeah, man, them.
Put that together.
ChatGPT, what should I use to clear my skin? But yeah, sorry, you were saying about
what was I saying again?
You were saying
how would you know? I got a question for you. No, I forget that. I got a question for you.
Go for it.
If your boy smells, are you telling him?
No.
We need to get better at that.
I'll be honest. That's my honest answer.
We need to get better at that.
We do need to get better.
Because my answer would be no as well.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think eventually I'd have to say something. Same. Because if I'm around you all the time, I have to say something. But if it's once in a while, I can manage.
Yeah. If I was seeing you every day, I'd be like, oh, bro, do you know what? I think the deodorant.
Yeah. And it shouldn't even be that bad. I don't even think you should be... okay, you feel a little bit of embarrassment, but like, come on, man, he's just looking out for you.
He is.
He's just looking out for you because
that's actually a very good question. You know?
Sometimes the ref will turn into what's that word you like? Halitosis.
Halitosis, man.
I heard that in a rap. I don't know where I heard it from. I heard it in a rap, boy.
The first time I heard it was in My Wife and Kids, and I was like, "What's halitosis?" No, it was Keenan and Kel. I was like, they were like, "Halitosis, what is it?" And then when you find out, halitosis is like, you know, like deep.
Where's it start?
Deep stench of the throat. Like the stench is here. It's not just the mouth because you ate something. It's in the inner of that your this thing inner your throat. Yeah, it think in there. You know, for clean old teeth. So halitosis is like, yeah, your mouth stinks. Like, because I've had friends where I get around them and I'm like, I know that I'm gonna have to guard my thing, and it's not good. Because how would you say it? How would you say it to your friend?
You know how I am, bro. I'll just be like, I'm not gonna tell you. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Still, you stink, bro. Like, yo, spray up thing. Like, I'm doing it because I love you. I say that as well.
Yeah, that's
like,
good.
I'm doing it because I love you, bro. Like, yo, go spray up. Yeah. Also, I learned something recently on TikTok, right? Now, this is why it's important to smell nice, right? I saw this on TikTok. I was like, this is sick. I'm gonna use this, right? So make sure that your neck is sprayed up, that you smell good, right? So let's say that you're approaching a girl or a girl approaches you, and you shake her hand, and she shake your hand, and then you say your name, and then she says her name, right? And then you say, "Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you tell me again?" And then you put your ear closer, and now she can smell your neck.
Oh, that's it. That's kind of, that's kind of akin to. Did you see that video where the brother was sitting next to the girl and he was like, "Oh, let me tell you something. She was like, "Oh, what?" And then he kissed her on the forehead.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
definitely.
So there's a reason why I'm under.
So make sure that it's clean, or make sure that there's
just make sure that you're sprayed. Yeah, there's cologne there.
Also, let's just make sure that you see behind the ears. Get little cotton bud and wipe behind the ears.
Be honest, how many times you clean the back of your ear?
And your belly button.
Belly button!
If you clean in the belly button.
That stinks.
It stink. And yassa too. You see yassa? Underneath between the chin and the mouth, it stink. Go find bro, don't do it because you won't like. It's not a nice smell if you haven't cleaned it. That's off it clean. Right there, so I don't know what it is. I remember, do you know what it is? Because I clocked it years ago, and then one of my guys at uni was like, "Might rub there and smell," and I was like, "Nah, I know that thing," and he's like, "It stinks, innit?" And I was like, "What?" I was like, I don't know if it's because
didn't know that.
So the saliva gather around there, so
yes, it must be. Yeah,
take a look or something and clean it, please, guys. Please clean it because it stink. And then also make sure everywhere is clean. Foot, legs, the areas
clean up.
Clean.
Do you know what I mean? You got any fragrances that you like?
Oh, that's a great question. Do you know what I really like? I like
it's everything from Dubai and
Boss. I love oud. No, I do love oud. I love oud. There was a Boss fragrance that my boy got me. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. There's a Boss fragrance my boy got me for being a groomsman once. Bro, it smells spectacular. Like it smells so good. That's the main one, but I need to step up my fragrance game. How about you?
I got 3, but they're running out, so I need to.
Is it? Yeah. Is it the Penhaligon one?
No, I lost that at my party.
I remember that.
I had that for like 2 days, bro. How much I spent on that? I spent £150 on that cologne as well. I had it for 2 days because I saw the man I don't even know why I said bring it. Why did I say bring it?
Yeah, why did you say bring it?
I said, bring it to the party. Why? Lost it, man. That was gone. So no, it's not that one. The 3 I have, right, and the 3 that I really like, Tom Ford Noir,
yes,
Tom Ford Ombre Leather.
I do like Ombre Leather. And
Calvin Klein, I forgot. Obsession. Calvin Klein Obsession. Oh my days. That one is bad boy.
Is it?
Yeah, my uncle and auntie got it for my 30th.
Nice.
I've only got a little bit of that left as well. So
you know what? We should probably go on a little thing where we go and test frequency because I need to up mine
as well now. I need more to add to it. Summer's out,
Yeah, gonna be out and all of that.
I need that spring summer smell. Do you know what I mean? Not the heavy level one. We don't need that right now. We need something that's airy and fairy and smelling and the galley be like.
That's what they used to say about. Was it not It was Creed. They used to say
Creed. I had Creed as well, but I got that from the back of a truck.
Apparently, that used to get that used
Oh no,
to
no.
attract.
My creed was banging, boy.
Apparently that attracts whatever you.
Everybody was spending £250. I spent £50 for mine. Lasted 3 years.
Was it a dupe?
No, it was a real thing.
Oh,
It was the back of a truck.
Oh, the back of a truck.
Yeah,
things.
back
Come
of a
on.
truck. Yeah.
Oh, you know when your virgin gets you a present? That's one of our boys did that. He got me a present. That was a back of a truck thing. He's like, yeah, take that. I was like,
Back of the truck. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
but-
we have
but
to
hold
get
that
discount some way, somehow, man.
Trust me. but to my question for you, yeah, you know with my guy that's lost his purpose. Yeah, I know we're kind of using him as the case study for this episode, guys. Yeah,
It's all hypotheticals as well.
it's all
by the way,
hypotheticals.
in case I get caught.
Let's say the Afro goes defaming himself. That's all right. You know, let's say you're in a position where you're married. Yeah, you're married. You love your life, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're now dropping the ball. What do you think is the reason why someone would be in that position?
Well, drop the ball.
Yeah, because we got a majority female listenership, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking based on all the stuff that you talk about on your TikTok,
Yeah.
in terms of capitalism, I'm thinking community, I'm thinking you talk a lot about against toxic masculinity. What are some of the things that you think could be affecting a man that he's not even aware of, which is why he's not taking care of himself, looking after his woman, doesn't know how to turn on oven, all of these things? Like what are the hypothetically,
Yeah. I'd say that one of them is lack of community, because obviously scripture talks about iron sharpening iron.
Come on.
So you want to be around your boys as
Come
well.
on.
Make time to be around your friends, because I don't understand the notion of I'm married, so therefore I don't have time for anybody else. Yes, I understand the dynamic changes, the priority changes, but that doesn't mean time. That doesn't mean you can't allot time to see and be around your friends, because they are going to be the ones that will be able to really tell you how it is. You know, it's like, oh, you're getting a little bit of weight, you know. Like, I think that's important. I'm sorry, yeah. I'm not of the opinion that anybody should be fat, right? As somebody who has been for a good period of all his 20s, right, and a bit of his 30s, right, I know that held me back, right? And what my boys did, yeah, now, it doesn't work for everybody. I got bullied, right? OT and the fan, you told me, bro, we can't see your ankles. And they were so right. They couldn't see my ankles. Like when I was 25, 26, I was huge, right? And so that tactic worked for me, and I said, all right, I need to do something about this, because they're not going to tell me if they didn't care.
No,
you know,
no, true.
Right? And I'm struggling. I couldn't even climb up the stairs properly.
Yeah.
Like, and that's accountability.
Yeah.
I got that from being around my boys. And even you, Michael, you would tell me, like, bro, this is what you need to do this exercise, blah, 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 right? Accountability. And I'm not saying that you won't get that from your partner, but sometimes the message just hits better when you're around your boys. Yeah. So I think, and that is that's one of the ways in which you lose your purpose as well, because you're isolated, you're entrapped in the four walls of your house. Sometimes get out, you know, because that affects every manner, every facet of our life, including our cleanliness, our hygiene.
Yeah, you know, that's such a. I didn't even think you was gonna say that. Yeah, that's such a great point, because like the key phrase in that iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens another, and it's sharpen. The word is sharpen, so it's not necessarily always going to come in the soft mollycoddle you know, way that you might expect. It might hurt when your boy says to you, yo bro, you're doing this thing, by the way, and you need to stop doing it. Like, you actually need to stop doing it. And I think that's one thing personally that I think I want to get better at, because I'm someone who, I'll give you the solutions on the table, but sometimes I'll give you the solutions, but I clock for some people, you have to hit them for them to wake them up. Yeah. It's almost like, okay, this is the only analogy I can think of. Let's say we're running late to something and you're asleep. Yeah. And I pull up to the yard and I'm like, I thought he was asleep. Why is he asleep? And I'm like, all right, cool. Do you know what? Let me lay out his clothes for him so that it's ready for him to put on when he wakes up. Yeah. Right. But if I leave him there, you're just going to sleep. You're not going to wake up. Yeah. If I go and get cold water and I throw it on you and I say, get up. Shock. Yeah. Oh, you wake up. Then you see your clothes are there. Yeah. Then we can now go. But I had to wake you up. Obviously, I could have just nudged you. Of course, But doing sometimes this might not wake you up. Not enough. Sometimes it's like, yo, get up. Wake up.
Do you know another thing I've learned? Yeah, the knife can be blunt, but that doesn't mean it can't be sharpened. Like
the knife can be blunt, but it doesn't mean it can't be sharpened.
It's never too late.
Never too late.
So
great point.
You can have a knife that you've had for ages, right? It's been sat in your in your little drawer for years. You haven't used it. Can't even cut bread anymore. All it takes is another knife, literally another knife. Sharpen that one up, and then all of a sudden you're back.
Yeah.
Now there are consequences for festering, right? But that happens in life. Like sometimes you just have to accept it, you know. But it doesn't mean that the future can't look better. Tomorrow can always look better. Yeah. Yesterday's done. It's over with.
It's over with.
But tomorrow can always look better.
That's
so for me, spend time with your friends, right? Spend time. And also, if you have that type of relationship, as I think everybody should, your girl should be able to tell you how it is. Because if she upholds your current behavior, you'll never change. You want to be challenged. You want to be challenged. It hurts sometimes, especially when you feel embarrassed. But being challenged is love.
Yeah,
that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, even me, I've noticed, and I know we're veering off it, but like everything is encompassed, right? I've noticed sometimes I'm an avoidant, right? And so, as much as I cherish my friendships, I have to question how much I cherish it if I can't have tough conversations.
Yeah.
So I remember a few weeks ago, I can't remember what episode I said it. I said I want to be more confrontational.
Yeah.
And it's not from a place of anger or to antagonize anybody, but it's because I need to stop being an avoidant. We need to start having more tough conversations. Because that's the only way in which we get better.
Yeah.
So, man, you stink. If you stink, you stink. Don't change.
Do you know what it is as well? I'll be honest. I think the culture that we're in now as well, everybody's so easily offended. And I think I think there can be this thing where you tell your boy something and then they get offended. And sometimes they use their girl as a means for them to kind of not have to change. You know what I'm saying? Let's say they got a girl or whatever, and you're saying, bro, you know you're doing this thing, by the way, rare. It's like, oh, they've said this to me, so I'm going to go over there and where I'm not going to be offended. I'm going to go where I'm celebrated and all that. You know, like that kind of mentality. I think we do have to have honest conversations, but in order for there to be honest conversations, you've got to be willing to say the thing that everybody's thinking, but no one's saying. And sometimes when you say that, you might, in this day and age, bro, you might lose a couple of your boys for that. Or you might lose a friend because of that. I'm like that. Sometimes there's some people I've been very straight talking towards, and then it's like, all of a sudden I'm not hearing from them again. And I'm thinking,
swear.
I'm thinking, well, why did that happen? I'm like, because I've said to you what you know is true, but you don't want to hear it.
Don't want to hear it. I think, that's a pride thing. I think it's not being crazy, not being man enough to accept that I've done wrong. I've been told about it, and I'm angry that I was told about it.
Because no one wants to feel sunned.
Right. Yeah, no one wants to feel sunned.
No one wants to feel sunned. Everyone wants to feel like they've sorted their thing and they know what their thing is. No one wants to feel sunned. But you're right. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, and that level of embarrassment, it gets to everybody, man. Like, it really does. But you have to look beyond that and look at what is being said and not how it's been said or how it makes you feel. What was communicated to you?
No, I don't agree with that.
You don't agree with that?
No, I think how you say something is kind of almost as, if not more important than what you say.
But think about it like this, bro. If I was direct, right, and I said something, now it can look like you're being rude, right? Yeah. There's a better way to deliver things. Yeah. But at the same time, objectively speaking, it's not rude. It's more of like, I just have to tell you how it is so you can get the message. Because if I tiptoe around it, sometimes it's not as clear as it needs to be. Sometimes you just need to tell them like, yo, come on, man. You need to fix up. Yeah.
You know what it is? I don't think it's about tiptoeing, but this might just be the way because I always think about how, I can't remember, in school I was taught that communication is like, I think it's 6% words or 20% words and 80% body language, or 80% how you say it and 20% the words that are saying, right? So I always think that if I'm going to tell someone that they need to lose weight, I would preface it. So for example, let's say this is my friend. You need to lose weight, yeah? Bro, real talk. I'm saying this because I care, and I'm saying this because I want you to do the best in life that you can. I want you to achieve your potential. The reality of it is that you've put on a few pounds, and I think it's starting to affect your confidence. I think it's starting to affect how you're showing up in life.
Yeah.
And I think you're not able to see how you are affecting other people by the virtue of the fact that you don't feel confident within yourself. So that being said, I personally think you should go on a journey where you need to go and maybe take off some pounds. I think you'll feel a bit better about yourself, and it will then start to affect other people.
Yeah.
Now that's very...
I like how that was delivered.
Yeah, that's how I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say, "Oh, you're a fat shit, and you need to go and lose weight." That's me personally. Yeah. I don't talk to people like that because I don't want to be spoken to like that. Yeah. So because that don't work for me. Yeah. What works for me is context, straight shoot. Tell me directly, but give me context. Yeah. And the reason why you have to give someone like me context, because I'll be real. I'll take a gun and shoot you. Like, if you say something to me and you offend me, I'll just take something and shoot you. Do you know what I mean? I'll just do that. Like, obviously, I'm joking. Like, Jamaican euphemisms, like, you know what I'm saying? Jamaican proverbs and all that. Yeah. But that's how we are. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Take a gun and shoot.
Take something at me, take something and shoot, you know, don't talk to me like that. You know what I mean? But maybe that's maybe my own individual thing.
I love it.
But yeah, I prefer that because I feel like it gets the result done. Yeah. I understand why you're saying it. Yeah. You call him, but then again, people will say, but if you know your friends, you should expect.
No, man.
I've been told that though. I've been told people have said things to me directly and they go, but why would I offend you because I'm your friend? And I'm like, yeah, but
you can still offend and still be my friend, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Like, we're not always in control.
And I also have to be able to overlook an offense.
Yeah, sometimes you have to overlook an offense, and also like the delivery isn't always going to be the same.
Not
like
always.
Sometimes our feelings fluctuate, and so how we want things to deliver change as well, and we can't match that all the time. Sometimes you just have to say it, and you have to trust that there's no malice behind what is being said. It comes from a place of love. That's why I trust my friends. So I've never thought, these guys are doing it because they hate me. Nah, man.
Yeah.
There's trust there, man.
There's trust.
There's
trust. I think that's what it built. If it's built on trust, then for sure.
Do you wash your back foot? Do you wash your back foot, bro? Because I'm not gonna lie,
Can't lie to you.
That back foot gets ignored.
That back foot gets ignored. I won't lie to you. I'm gonna be so real, guys. I don't watch the back foot still.
I gotta start doing mani and pedis.
Yeah.
And which one is it? Which one's the one that works on the feet? Is it pedi?
Pedi.
Yeah, I need to start doing pedi because I'm looking at my back foot right now. Yeah.
My mum put me
on
on
rock.
Like a rock, boy. My mum put me on the podiatrist still. Podiatrist is where you go there and they scrub your foot, bro. Like all the dry skin. Yeah. They scrub it off. And then they start oiling it and all of that kind of stuff.
I'm laughing, because bro, have you seen that Drewski skit?
Yeah, with the Chinese. Ni hao. Do you know what's funny about that Drewski skit? When he comes in, he's like, and he's like, oh, Michelle, my girl. And then he's like, too hot for you. He's like, oh, $50 more. Bro, it is the funniest thing.
Bro, it's the part, you know, when he's outside on his smoke break.
Yeah.
And he's bent down.
With the flip-flops. With the open toe. Oh no, $50 more. Drewski is the funniest.
He's so funny, man.
He's so funny, bro. Podiatrist, I need to put. Also, one thing I have been doing, my cousin put me on this. Shout out Renee. I remember she posts on TikToks like little things like personal development stuff. But there's one that caught me where she said, that she started putting on socks before bed, but Vaseline on the feet.
But does she get arts? Does she get arts?
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes we get out, I like sleep in a socks.
Do you sometimes sleep with one sock on?
No,
I have one sock
sometimes. I have to take off my socks. I don't like sleeping in socks.
No, I like taking my socks off, but sometimes just the one.
Oh, the one is just on. Yeah. I've been there still. I've been there. And you wake up, you're like, oh, rubber. Like, but since Renee said it, I've had to firm it because you wake up and the feet are nice and soft, man. The Vaseline, like the normal petroleum jelly, obviously, you know, it really does.
Really?
Yeah, but it softens up the foot bottom still.
There's a lot to do, you know.
There's a lot to do. Some of us were wearing Birkenstocks, man. You know, on the back of your foot.
It's summertime now, you know. We need and we're gonna wear the Birkies on now, so back foot has to look.
You know, look at chronic, concrete foot back and then something there. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. My the other thing I wanted to ask you as well, yeah. You know, like obviously you're saying with some. Okay, so summer's upon us now, yeah.
Yeah.
What are some? Do you think that? No. Do you think that all of this looking after yourself is actually as important as we make it out to be?
Yes.
Do you know why? Yeah.
Why?
Why? You remember? I don't know. I feel this whole medium ugly thing that girls are talking about and all of this. Yeah. Like I like man with a little bit of ugly. Yeah. All of these sorts of, song lyrics that are coming out.
Yeah.
All of that. I just feel like, do girls even care about that anymore?
I think for the most part, yeah. I think a lot of men are punching. I think for the most part, I think a lot of men are punching. And even me. Like I think the women that I've dated in the past year, I'm like,
you're punching.
Yes, not all of them. Sometimes it happens, but like I think there's a good number of them. It's like, yeah, I'm punching.
Yeah, I hear it. You want to be punching?
Yeah, I want to be. I want to be. I was like, no, I'm the man. You know.
Yeah.
You know when you bag the one.
Yeah. You want to be
that one leg one. Oh my gosh.
You don't want to. You don't want to be the one that's the one.
I don't want to be the prettiest.
Like she's lucky.
So I get what Gloria.
Gloria. That's her name though, Gloria. Actually,
Gloria. Yeah, I get what she's saying. She's like a thing with a little bit of ugly. I'm not saying I'm ugly, but I'm saying I understand.
Okay, so can we?
Because that's what's out there. I get it. I'm not saying I'm not the prettiest. I'm definitely not. But I'm like, I'm alright.
I'm trying to, because the reason why I'm saying it, yeah, because I'm trying to wrap my head around it, yeah. Because we've seen guys that are punching.
Yeah.
That means the girl didn't care that much.
Nah, she eventually cares as time goes on. Bro, come on. You think you come... Nah, come on, bro. You think
Falabi, read my mind. Falabi, read my mind, see?
I'm reading it.
Yeah?
The telekinesis is
the telekinesis is...
Sometimes there are special cases.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes there are special cases. Okay. I don't think that's common.
I don't think that's common.
I
hope it's not common.
I do not think it's common, bro. I think in some cases... there is high levels of delusion.
Ooh.
And so you ignore it. Or you don't say anything. Or there are high levels of avoidancy that has not been tackled. Because that one there, mad thing.
Madness.
That particular one, insane.
Thing.
Insane.
And you know what? Because one thing that me and Alpha were talking about on the phone when we were discussing this, like just the topic that we were going to talk about, is we were talking about, especially for a lot of faith-based men and Christian men, they're not sometimes given the tools in various departments.
How far do we want to go?
As far as you'd like to go, my boy.
It's always reading it. It's always reading it.
I was blaming it on Apple. Let me not blame it on Apple.
I don't care. I'm going to say it. I don't care.
I
Because
love it.
what are you going to do? You're going to beat me.
No,
you're going to beat me. I don't care.
Yeah. I think some Christian men, they're not given the tools that are required to, in the other areas of life outside of faith, money, marriage, success.
Yeah.
Anything else to do with, how do you actually make sure that you're clean, or how do you actually speak publicly in front of people and it not be about faith? How do you like softer skills? They're not taught that. They're just taught, read your Bible every day, pray every day, and then you'll find a wife. And then these brothers are here and they're like, fam, I ain't got any. Like, bro, did you floss this morning? Did you take up the floss? Me done. Man, your brother, me just I tell you.
Did you brush your hair?
Did you brush your hair?
Because some people come with pepper grain in the morning. Come on, bro. I know you know that Bible. I know.
We know you know it.
We know. Oh, what? If we're ever having a conference, we call it you.
There.
You're there. You go be on that pulpit. But my brother, man.
Come on, man.
You're single because you can't look after yourself.
You
can't look after yourself. You don't know how to talk to women. And then even if you get past those 2 steps, yeah. even after we get past those 2 steps, there's certain conversations man have to have.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. There's certain conversations the man have to have for real.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Now, how are you pleasuring your girl? Let's keep it a buck. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah. Some men are selfish with their love. Quick pump. Quick, 5-minute, 10-minute pump. And then you're done. You're done. What? I can't believe it. Now, let's keep it a buck, bro. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
It's shocking. It's shocking.
Come on. Listen.
Listen.
I don't care what anyone has to say. Those conversations need to be had, bro.
They need to be had. Even
it
down,
prolongs the session as well.
Even down to, did you do the dishes?
Niggas with low libido, man.
Ooh, why is your bro? And fam, did you did you have that conversation? Like, if there's low libido and there's low drive.
Low drive, yeah.
If you have low drive and your girl's got low drive, then there's
a problem.
As in,
I think there's still going to be a problem though.
Yeah, but if you're both naturally people who have low drive, I feel like it's like
God never made any of us like that. God never made any of us like that.
Bro. There might be people out there that might have low drive. Like, what about them people that say they're asexual?
Huh?
You don't know about that?
No.
I don't know. Yeah, there's people out there who don't enjoy sex. Like, they don't want that.
Well, God made that.
Yeah, well, that's enough. That's a whole debate. Tune in for another episode of The Point. That's a whole other debate we can go into, though. But let's say, all right, basically what I'm trying to say, if you both match drives, whether that be on the frequency, then at least the two of you know what it is.
Yeah.
Whereas low libido is normally due to depression.
Yeah.
That's one reason. I have heard it say that when a man's cutting and he's at low body fat percentage, you can get low libido.
Swear.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's a thing.
How low am I? When do I
don't know.
them?
I think it was when did I see? It must have been one YouTube video I was watching. They're talking about, like, I think it's like 10-12%.
I'm never going
we
that
need to
low
go
anyway.
there.
Yeah, I'm never going that
10-12%.
low.
That's a bit.
I was thinking 15, but I think even 15 might be a bit much, you know.
Yeah, sometimes 15. So stay at that 16, 17. It's all right, man. Have a little bit of
a little bit of pudge.
Yeah, you don't need to be looking
not crazy pudge.
Nah, you don't need to be looking too lean.
Yeah.
But to your point, even some of our boys have told us, yo, sex starts when I do the dishes. Yeah. In the morning. When I wake up and the dishes are there and I clean them, that is the start of it.
Brownie points.
But if certain man don't know how to use dishwasher, don't know how to take up sitting, I don't know, then what you gotta do? I keep coming back to our case study,
Michael,
but
if me dead,
yeah, you're dead, man.
If me die,
you can't die. You can't dead. We mean about you can't dead, man. But this is what I'm saying. Like, hypothetically, if you're not doing the other things, the softer skills, then that's also contributing. We want you to be holistic on this podcast.
Yeah, you get me. Yeah, and guys, like, don't be selfish in your love, man.
I hear it.
I want to make that so clear. Don't be selfish in it, right? That's patriarchy as well, right?
Go on.
Give it to her as well, bro. Hit the spots. Yeah. Hit the spots. Nyam up that spot. Do you get me? All right. Because we can be more explicit. But there's no point. I think people got the message.
You got the message. Loud and clear. loud and clear. So what would we say in terms of, like, advice generally for people out there?
Yeah.
Also, it's a cost of living, so certain man can't afford the skincare
that
is around. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you.
I also think drink water. Some
Drink
of you,
water.
man, for many a reason, drink water.
Electrolyte
water. That's how to clear up your skin. Nice your skin, because it starts from the inside. The diet. Do you get what I'm saying?
Well.
Are you what are you saying?
You're just eating
bare
burger
and chips and pizza.
What? Nah, man.
All them oils.
I cook with butter now, you know.
Oh, you do cook?
Pretty much butter for like the past 6-7 months.
Right,
I don't use oil.
Is it? That's what I'm saying.
I even want to jump on what's it, butter ghee? Is it butter ghee?
Yeah, I see that.
You know,
Ghee.
I'm trying to look after myself as much as possible. So we're eradicating anything that makes us feel lethargic.
Yes.
So yeah, even with your diet, like man, them like and another thing, I don't know, maybe we'll talk about this another time, right? But like the whole this dad bod this thing that comes, right? I've never had a child, right? Yeah. I've got brethren that have got that are fathers now, right? I don't care, right? There's no excuse for dad bod. I'm saying that, but I ain't never been there. But we have to find a way, man, because we can't use it as an excuse to get super fat. But at the same time, I ain't never had children. So I don't know what that feels like.
Same. I also think relationship weight is a thing because obviously all you want to do is go out and eat, innit? But I'm trying to think. Do I know dads that have kept it? You can't get
chicken and salad when you go and eat.
It's true.
Do you know what I mean?
It's true.
Like,
it's true.
You can't balance it out. I don't understand. But again, never been a father.
I ain't been one.
Never been a father, so I don't know. But like, I just feel like, and I've had bros that had dad bod and they've lost it now. Yeah, they've lost it. Yeah. So it's like, it's possible. It didn't have to be. That didn't have to be the case at the beginning.
No.
So why do we do this? Why do we do this ourselves?
It's just about being conscious. Innit?
Yeah.
Just be a bit aware, man.
And that would be my advice. Like, as you were saying, like, what would be our advice? It's about just being conscious and trying to find steps to make yourself better and presented well. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, you see me here, anybody that knows my line of work, I've never necessarily been the most corporate person, right? I've always worked at non-conventional organizations. Like, my first job was at a bank, right? And that was the first and only company in which I've had to wear like a full suit on. Every other company after that is very casual or smart casual. And sometimes even the smart casual turns into casual, right? And I realized, yes, at my big age of 32, right? I realized I was like, I need to invest more in my shirts, right? I need to not even doing an M&S thing. We're going to, I think it's Charles Towit. And then man there. Because I'm like, I'm at my workplace here, I'm the only person that actually like comes formal.
Oh, is it?
Comes to work formal.
Oh,
yeah.
That's good. That's
So,
good representation.
Last an impression as well.
Yeah.
But
Come on.
none of those vagabonds at work understand, man. They all come in casual.
But when you said they're coming in do-rag, it's a madness.
Yeah. So for me, I was like, I was conscious about it then, but now it's like, all right, cool. I want to step up the levels now.
Yeah.
I want to step up and I want to be really presentable. Not because I'm being told to, but because I want to. Yeah. Because I just feel like your presentation is going to have a lasting impression on people. And I'm not saying that that's what's favored me this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if it had some contribution to my year and, and work in general. So I'm just conscious about that. So it's taking the small steps. All right, what else am I going to do? All right, my living space. Whenever people come around, I want to make sure that it's clean and it's presentable. And there are small, gradual improvements here and there. Like I started thinking about home improvement, right? Like my house, it's looked the same for 6 years. Got to change it now. you know?
Changes up the energy, the vibe.
Change
you know
up
what I'm
the
saying?
energy,
Changes
man.
Up the energy, man.
Like just small things like that. If you're conscious about it and it's something you genuinely want to do, you will get there. Yeah. And you will be better, you will feel better. Yeah. But the whole hygiene thing, that's a non-negotiable. Go and sort yourself out.
Sort that out, man.
Nah, go and sort yourself out. Don't be stinking, man.
Don't. Faith without works is dead, my bro. Like, go and know the word and all of that, and specifically because of that, we've been chatting about. Go and know those things. Yeah. But also make sure that you're not negating the. We're on the earth. We're not in heaven yet. You get? Yeah. So.
And also, if you're fat, lift up your belly and clean up the underneath, bruv.
Oh,
it stinks.
It stinks.
It stinks. Go and clean up the underneath, man. It stinks.
Stink.
Can you imagine that, bro? You carry up and you wash the underneath.
And there's gangrene and all those sort of things. God, go wash.
It's more sweat balls.
It's sweat. It's wherever there's sweat in
man.
it. Horrid. Well, don't say we don't love you, like, yeah.
You know.
All right, guys. Well, thank you again.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
I enjoyed that. I learned a lot. And we'll be back. And just follow us on all socials at The Point Podcast. Instagram, TikTok is at The Point Podcast. And follow us up, like, comment, share. Let us know if you got any tips for hygiene, anything like that. any ideas around it, put them in the comments. Like, come on, man, it's a community. Let's share. Let's just share the info. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah,
man.
cool. All right, we'll see you soon.
Peace.
Peace.